Hey man, what's up?
Hey, how are you?
How you doing?
Doing good.
Good, good, good,
How's it
good.
going, man?
Go, go. Introduce you guys yourself.
So I'm Fili Bibiano. I play guitar and
Huh?
synths and bass on the album. This is Juan.
I'm Juan Aguila. I do vocals for the album.
Mhm.
Cool,
Nice to
cool.
meet you.
Man, that album smokes. That
Thanks,
is
man.
good
Oh, yeah.
shit, man. I listened to it all morning. I'm near New York, so
Oh,
I'm on
cool.
East Coast time and stuff like that. And it reminds me of a lot of different bands that that I photographed back in the day because I was a photographer. So
Oh, nice.
like I photograph like bands that remind me of you guys are like first Iron Maiden and definitely a band called Hittman from New York.
Oh,
Both
good
of them
shit.
bands are like tremendous and stuff like that. The new album is Death is Your Master on High Roller Records, which comes out the 30th of this month. And
Yep.
hopefully everybody supports it and stuff like that. There's 7 tracks on the album. Was that your goal, 7 tracks, or did you want more?
Um, it wasn't a goal. I was just kind of going along with it. Kind of ideas that came to me. I wanted the songs to be strong. I didn't want any songs that were just filler songs.
Right.
So I think it's a quality album and it's actually longer than our last album, believe it or not.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, I prefer stronger songs rather than just throwing whatever and just for the sake of it. So that's why there's only 7 songs on there. And it keeps the audience interested and it's very re-listenable because it's shorter.
Uh, uh-huh. Definitely, definitely. How is it working with High Roller Records?
Oh, it's great. They were very patient with this record. A lot of crazy stuff happened here in Los Angeles during that time, so they were very supportive of that, and yeah, I'm very grateful for that and their support. Since like 2018, they've been supporting
Right.
my music, so you know, I can only say good things about them.
Wow. Cool, cool. Let's go down some of the tracks and give me your impression of the song and what it means to you. Let's start with track number 1, Flesh and Dagger.
That song is the first song that I wrote for the album.
Uh-huh.
Um, it's just more of it's kind of like the music I always wanted to play.
Right.
So when I'm writing the songs for the album, I'll kind of search my own influences and think about what I want to hear that's not really present
Right.
in today's scene or metal scene. And one of the things is just kind of that Iron Maiden melodic feel,
Right.
done the right way. I studied a lot of music. I put a lot of effort and thought into it, and try to make it different than the music in the 80s and not trying to rip it off, but analyzing the chords and the progressions and kind of making it my own instead of just ripping it off.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that song was a combination of a lot of bands that I love, like Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Tigers of Pantang,
Right.
a
Yeah.
lot of different influences. And yeah, I mean, it was a natural process because we were kind of just making it up as we go. When Juan got into the studio to record vocals,
Right.
it kind of evolved the song a little bit more, and we were kind of able to expand it and kind of take it to somewhere else where I wouldn't have imagined on my own. So um, for that song, it was a very natural process to kind of to write that one. And I wasn't really thinking too hard about like this is how the song has to be. It's just kind of like as the more ideas that were presented, we kind of just expanded it from there.
When you're doing the vocals, was there anything challenging for you in any of the songs?
Um, Vocally,
Yeah.
it was pretty intensive on vocals.
Uh-huh.
Um, so when I jumped in on this project, kind of last minute, me and Billy had about a month, every other
Yeah.
weekend to kind of like write lyrics, write melodies, and perform within 2-3 hours per song because it was just a time crunch. So the biggest, I guess, obstacle was to come in, write lyrics, write melodies, and execute
Right.
within that small time frame of every other weekend because we're both working men.
Uh-huh.
We're not full-time musicians. We have jobs.
Uh-huh.
And so that for me was the biggest obstacle, just coming in and getting it done. So for that song, especially, that one was pretty vocal intensive. I haven't sang in about 10 years. Haven't performed music in a while, so it's just coming out of like retirement kind of. My vocals were still opening up, if that makes sense. I couldn't really just come in and sing.
He sounds better than ever, and this is I think this is his first official release, like full album.
Right, yeah.
And he was pretty easy to work with, actually, despite like it being challenging for him. He would come in and he, work hard and kind of nail the takes within maybe within the third try.
Right, yeah.
And I would kind of help him with what I was hearing in my head, like, on the piano, just kind of give him a base of melody and like, oh, well, let's try this note here and this note here. And it was a great experience.
Trying to be inclusive musically,
yeah. So
on the same page.
It worked very naturally. Like there was not really any fighting or sometimes you have strong opinions.
Yeah, we would just do half a song and then go get Shakey's pizza,
yeah,
lunch, and then come back and finish the rest.
Yeah, we just hang out and do it as friends, and hang out.
Right approach.
Yeah.
Didn't feel like it was a job, but more like a hobby.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Pretty much.
Well, you definitely nailed it because I loved all the tracks. They were all amazing to me. Especially since my like I said, I was a photographer for a metal magazine called Metal Forces, and like they would send me 1 week I'd go see King Diamond, the next week I'd go see Pat Benatar. Like where am I?
Yeah.
But I got to photograph hundreds of shows and stuff like that. And you talking about working, I worked the midnight shift, so I had all day to do whatever I want. So like if I wanted to go to a show, I didn't start work till midnight, so I had from 8 o'clock at PM to go photograph the shows, unless it was like in a different state, then I had a problem,
Yeah.
But tell me about track 2, Savage Sword.
Savage Sword, that one's more of like I would say a little neoclassical.
Right.
It's a little bit toned down in the gain of the guitar, so it kind of gives a little different, a little dynamic. That one's a little bit more about the bass. I think is carrying more of the riff and the vocals. The vocals are pretty strange and they're jumping from low registers to high registers. It's a very challenging song to sing, and I'm glad Juan was able to do that and help me come up with like those melodies, because those are some crazy vocal jumps.
Oh yeah.
From 0 to 100.
It might be a little difficult for people to sing along to the music,
right?
But I'm not really interested in that. I just want to make interesting music. That song, other than that, it's again something I wanted to hear, something different from other bands that are playing right now. You don't hear much of that, so that's all I wanted to bring to the table.
Were you guys friends before this?
Yeah, so we were friends since we were like 17 or 18.
17. I'm 31 now.
I'm 29, so it's been a while. And he actually was in the band Fortress for a little bit, and
for a little while.
Yeah, we do have some songs from that era that we may release in the future, as maybe like an EP or something.
Oh.
But yeah, he's kind of like he said, he's just life gets in the way, and I'm glad he's back.
That's true. Very true.
Yeah.
Cool. Track number 3, Fugitive, which is a video. Well, kind of a video.
Yeah, Drake video.
Yeah. So why'd you pick that song?
We picked that song because it just shows the most range in terms of musicianship and his vocals.
Right,
During the bridge part, he goes into a kind of a low, almost dark wave,
right.
synth wave, you know, type of vocal. And, I love that music. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I was glad to bring that side of things to that song, and I picked it as a lyric video just to showcase what we're capable of. It's a
Uh-huh.
little bit heavier, and I think it's easier to sing along with that song. It has the catchy
Right.
chant chorus.
The song was fun to do.
Yeah.
Very fun.
I think that's my favorite track. You know?
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one we're proud of because the lyrics actually mean something. You feel like you're stuck in the same place all your life.
Right, yeah,
This is all I get out of this lifetime. It's kind of that kind of song to take a perspective where you're like kind of self-reflecting pretty hard,
right,
and you're thinking, man, maybe I was meant for more than this.
right,
And
yeah,
that's kind of what the song is about. So it meant something to me, sure to Philly, to a lot of people, which is probably why they like it, because you feel like you're on the run your whole life from
right,
what
yeah.
you don't know. And that's kind of what the song's about. Vocals, it was fun, very fun towards the part that I guess it'd be after the chorus. So whoa,
Uh-huh.
he was like, go higher, and then I didn't know what he meant, so I went higher, and then you got that really high take. It was just a
It was like I was lucky that I was recording that
Uh-huh.
because he went super high up, like
Uh-huh.
that, like that's super high up. I don't know if anybody else can sing that, to be honest. And
Right,
I'm
yeah.
glad I recorded it because he didn't even know he could do that,
It was
So
like a blooper. He was like, I said go higher, not that high.
yeah,
And then he's like, I got it. And now
yeah.
Cool.
It was pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean that part in particular was great, and that vocal really climaxed that part.
You did.
Yeah.
In terms of writing that song, the day before Joey, our drummer, was going to record that song, we were kind of just rehearsing, and I just came up with that riff, and we were just jamming, and that's how we came up with that song, like just on the spot. And the day before he recorded drums, so he kind of just went in. Joey went in and recorded all these songs within like 2 days' notice,
Wow.
to be honest, because we had a couple other drummers that just weren't able to do it. And
Right,
Joey came in and saved the day. He did an amazing job.
yeah.
Yes, you did.
Track number 4, Night City, which is also another video.
Yeah. Or
Tell me about
a single. Yeah.
That's the first one we recorded, right?
Yeah.
That's the
Night
first
City is the first one recorded. And I was originally working on that song with my old singer, Chris.
Uh-huh.
But like all of us, just life gets in the way. Things get busy, and it's inevitable. Like sometimes you just can't make the time for it. And, sometimes there's emergencies.
Right, yeah.
So Juan came in and picked it up from there, and he did it a flawless, performance. Did the vocals justice, and yeah, that one is more about just the LA scene, like just living here all my life, and just what I see in the metal scene is just lots of cocaine, lots of women, and just having fun and drinking, and that's how it really is. Like there's no,
That's true. It's the truth.
everybody just does drugs and hangs out, and it's like,
Except us, we don't.
not anymore, maybe once upon a time, but yeah, that's how it's been all my life here in LA, and the backyard scene, the bar scene,
Right, yeah. Cool, cool. Now, does original music, is more popular than cover bands in LA?
I'd say it's the opposite. I think cover bands are more popular just because there's an occult following for that music,
Right, yeah.
and people here are very, very like
Nostalgic based.
they're nostalgic, and they're just kind of into what's popular and what's going to make them popular rather than trying to explore things themselves.
Yeah.
We're lucky that when we play shows here, it does pretty well, and it's pretty well received. And But there is this kind of like high school mentality still in the
A little
LA
bit.
scene where people
Right.
just want to be popular.
Right, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, but
Nothing wrong with
in
that.
this case, you know, like it just people will show up more to, let's say, like a Iron Maiden cover band
Right,
than some like a showcase of awesome Los Angeles
New
bands,
music.
or even bands coming from other states or countries, you know.
right, yeah. Yeah. Me particular, I won't go to a cover band show. It's not for me. You know,
He goes quite a bit just to
Oh,
have
yeah.
fun, you know.
I
you
know,
go-
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's close to my house. Songs I already know. There are some bands here locally, but the local bands in LA are never in LA. They're always touring out and about.
right,
So it's kind of hard to catch your own hometown band at home.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But like you said, yeah, looks like cover bands are getting more clout. All the people that grew up in Sunset Boulevard in the 80s, they still live here and they
Right,
still
yeah.
want to relive that high school life with cover bands. So they're still there, like, woo. And that's what I feel they get back because it's nostalgic stuff they know. For
And-
newer bands, it's hard to, to come out here because
Yeah, with nowadays with like technology, people can just like open the door into your life, no problem.
Right,
There's no mystery. So when people look at us, they know who we are. Like, you know, we go to shows, like there's no mystery. We're just a couple guys, you know.
yeah, yeah.
So there's that mystique for seeing like bands like that and just having a good time, you know. There's nothing wrong with that, like I said, but it's definitely more popular for sure, and they get paid more.
So
So
actually make money.
yeah, they actually make money.
Wow, wow. Does it feel funny like you guys are young and stuff like that, and you have people asking for autographs?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I'm pretty used to it at this point, but I don't have a problem like with
Right.
it. I see it as if somebody is asking me for an autograph, you know, I'm gonna give them whatever they want because it's an honor, first of
Right.
all, and they're supporting my music, and it means the world to me. You know,
Right.
I've dedicated my life to playing music, and it just seeing that pay off in people's faces and wanting, you know, an autograph or buying my album and telling me how much it means to them. You
Right,
know,
yeah.
I'll never refuse
Uh-huh.
somebody for that, and it feels good. You know, I'm not gonna lie.
It was great.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's go to track number 5, Blackest Night. Tell me a little bit about that.
Blackest Night features my old singer Chris. Um, we That's the only song he was able to complete at the time, just because his schedule.
Right.
And we needed to get this album done. Like it was just taking forever.
Uh-huh.
But he was able to complete that song, and you know, I think it's great. It's another one of those Iron Maiden-ish songs. You know, um, I'm a big fan of the chorus. You know,
Right.
with the organ, and yeah, I mean that song is about just it's just about a creature
All right. Yeah.
that goes out into the night and feeds and kills and comes back and doesn't know what happened, you know.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of stuff I like, you know. I like horror and you know, I like Dracula. So that kind of goes with that stuff.
The song gives me Metal Church vibes, especially
Yeah.
on those thick riffs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Big fan of that song. That song's a great song.
Wow. Track number 6, Maze.
Maze is a very neoclassical song. The way it's written is super classical. The guitars are playing almost like a violin type riff. It was very hard to play. You know, I also played the bass on that song, on all the songs. The bass was very hard to play because I'm playing that as well, the bass.
Right.
Along with has some harpsichord mimicking the guitar and some synths. A little like kind of orchestrated stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So that song was pretty challenging. I like the vibe of it. It kind of reminds me of like the Ingve stuff that like I want to hear, like the Jeff Scott Soto stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just not hearing that music anymore, and it's just the reason I keep continuing is just to keep the metal alive. It's kind of turning into like kind of like emo, post punk
Yeah.
emo rock. It's not very metal anymore. Like listening to these new bands, and the vocals are very auto-tuned and very synth-like, where the vocals are just, you can tell they're pitched, and it's just like, where's the talent? Where's the musicianship? Where's the the natural talent of how you used to be? You had to be good back in the day to
Mhm.
even have the honor of just singing on a microphone in a studio, you
Yeah.
know. So for this kind of stuff, it's just, this is why I keep doing it, because I want to inspire people to write and record music that's authentic, and it's you singing and it's you playing guitar,
Right. Yeah.
and it's not just copying other, people. Choosing the easy route. You're just doing the hard work, and keeping the real metal stuff alive. Like, it, of course, things evolve. Back in the day, before we were born, Judas Priest evolved with the times. Scorpions evolved with the times very well. They're still relevant to this day, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I just never liked that kind of music, the emo stuff, pop punk stuff, like Blink 182. It never appealed to me, and it makes me almost sick to play that kind of music. To be honest, I believe me,
We don't want to sell out. We don't
I
want to.
tried to be open and play this kind of stuff, and it just makes me sick. And I just love metal. I never liked anything else. Ever since I was like 6 years old, I've been playing guitar since I was like three. So that's all I listen to is metal and some punk in the beginning.
Hmm.
And of course, I love like things that are musical, like classical music and things that have elements of that in that. But I want to stay metal. I don't want to do something else and then people are calling it metal and it's not really metal, you know. Um, but for this song, it's very neoclassical, and I'm not hearing any of that anymore. Like there's a lot of shredders,
Hmm.
out there that are really talented, and it amazes me when I watch these guys.
Right.
But they're not. They have neoclassical influences, but they're not creating music that's in that genre, that has that harmonic minor, Phrygian kind of those modes in the song.
Right. Yeah.
And it's disappointing. So that's why I keep doing it. That's why I included this song Mains into there, to hopefully challenge some guitar players to start playing this stuff. Come on.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people stick to what they know. They want to play it safe a lot of the times. People can have really good potential, but they say, hey, playing, 1, 2, 3 chords has been working for everyone else. So let's just do the same thing. And with Fortress, I guess we try to close that gap in between raw talent and just being complacent and playing what works for everyone, which is
Right.
always just 1, 2, 3 on keyboards. It's the same formula, it's always reused. And we're trying to break out of that formula, have a
Mhm.
band where we're actually challenging ourselves.
Yeah.
He comes up to me with a riff, I'm like, Jesus Christ, or vice versa.
Yeah. And that's what the point of this whole band is. Like, I want the best players in this band. Like, obviously, he's, I think, one of the best singers out right now. Like, just in terms of the facts, like the range
Right.
and the musicianship and the raw talent. He's never had vocal lessons ever. This is like his first time ever recording for real.
That's
So,
good.
you
Yeah.
know,
I've had a few bands, but they were just lost. I lost the albums back in the day. I started in 2015. I was a guitar player for a band.
yeah,
From
he
there.
also plays guitar very well too.
So that's how I started off. And then one day, can you sing? I applied to be a guitar player with another band, and they're like, "Can you sing?" And I'm like, "I could try." And that was that. And that's how I switched over to vocals. But
Mhm.
like you said, yeah, it's my first actual recording that's to this degree of quality. Before it's just like in the studio, but it's like a demo tape more than anything else,
Yeah.
you know?
Speaking of quality, we had Mike McMullen work on this. He was a tracking engineer for Dio's Killing the Dragon, Magica. He's worked in the studio with John Norum, Marty Friedman,
Mhm.
Dokken, So it was a real pleasure to work with him and learn from him.
Mhm.
And he kind of sort of like helped us in a way kind of like figure out the sounds we needed and things we weren't aware of that have just been lost in that realm of the studio, you know.
Right, yeah.
So he opened our eyes a lot about things, and he mixed it very well. We worked together. We, you know, sometimes we would argue about the mix because we're so both passionate about it, but it came out great, and I'm really proud of the production. I think this is the best sounding record I've ever played on, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay, tell me about your last track, B.Y.O.D.
B.Y.O.D. I wanted to include something, you know, different, something speed metal, something, you know, thrashy a little bit. I love thrash as well. You know, I grew up listening to Creator and, you know, like that. So I want to make
Testament and
something.
Exodus and
Testament. Yeah.
Overkill is a good one that I used to love.
Yeah.
Bobby Blitz on vocals is amazing.
Yeah. So Destruction's another good one.
Right, yeah.
So on this song, we had the drummer from Ex Mortis on this track. He's amazing, Adrian Aguilar. And I actually played a couple live shows with Ex Mortis, which was really cool. They were a big influence on me when I was learning to play. He played on this track. It was he did his. Usually, we'll play to the click. According to like you know, I'll have like a scratch track and it'll have to be perfect.
Right, yeah.
And he came in and he added his own tempo and dynamics to the song that changed the grid of the song. And I just followed it. It was pretty difficult, but you know, it turned out great. And I love his feel and flow of playing, you know. The vocals there, it's got some other high pitches in there that are crazy. Yeah.
Man, that song was I think we had gone to Total Wine. Some Delirium, so it's 8.5 from Belgium, had a few of those tall cans. And at first in the morning, I was like, I don't know what it's saying after a few beers.
Yeah, because it was so different. Like he's used to singing like, you know, arena rock style, like heavy metal and stuff like that. So with this song, it was kind of like, how do I sing this? I don't sing thrash, you know?
Right, yeah.
So we kind of like looked to like Painkiller and stuff like that, and
right, yeah.
we just let it rip, you know.
The courage helped out a lot too, man. I just said, you know what, this is what you're getting. And
yeah, that's it.
Why did you try to reach the vocals of Halford?
Yeah, it's trying to be upbeat with the song. It's really, you know, it's very aggressive. So I was trying to be aggressive. I had Halford in mind, you know, with Painkiller, of course. That's a very good like vocal formula for songs that aggressive. So yeah, I was thinking of Halford, thinking a bit of Overkill, Metal Church. You know, David Wayne is also one of my favorite singers. Rest in peace. And yeah, those three influences went into B.Y.O.D.
Yeah, and there was another crazy high that just I happened to press record, and you know he was, you know, after that it's like I don't even know how to do that, you know. So there's a lot of those moments, especially with the solos as well. There's a lot of moments where we just captured things that we normally I couldn't play it again, you know, just on the spot.
Like Fugitive, the guitar solo.
Oh yeah.
I was like, you should play this, and I was playing a botched version of the solo for Fugitive, and he like in one track mimicked me, and that was the exact solo from the album.
That's what's on there, yeah. And our flow is kind of a lot of that. We're just kind of having fun, and it's natural. You know, there's no like, there's not really that stress. It just let's take our time, let's have fun, and you know, let's just have fun with music and make music and not try to be famous or whatever, you know.
We're having fun, man. It's funny a lot of the times because I'm not as good as he is on guitar, so I'll be playing a botched, you know, play this. He'll play, or he'll be like, sing this, but he can't sing. So he goes to his keyboard, and the keyboard's kind of singing for him, and I'm like, kind of get it. And
yeah, it's very difficult because I'm not a great singer at all. You know, if I could sing, like I would be singing for the band, obviously, but I can't. Like I'm a guitar player. You know, I'm a songwriter, and it's very hard sometimes to explain the vocals to him because I can't sing. Like,
and I don't know theory at all. He'll be like talking about minors and majors, and absolutely nothing. So I'm like, what's that? And then he has to.
That's why I have to do it on the piano or guitar and show him the notes.
So is Fortress a 24-hour job for you guys?
No, it's we definitely want it to be, you know. We'd rather do this than go to work.
Break
you
our
know?
backs.
Yeah.
But you know, at this point, we can't complain. The world's kind of going crazy right now, and we're just grateful that we have the support from the label and all the fans to keep doing this. And
Right.
just you know, every time we come to record, like we're gonna do some recording today for probably the next album.
Cool.
And every time we do this kind of stuff, it's just fun, you know. And if it ever gets to that point where this becomes our full-time job, you know, we're grateful and we'll be blessed to even have that, you know.
Because even popular bands that are like really popping right now, even they still have to go to work.
Yeah.
Because metal doesn't pay like it used to.
And you know, and it's a part of that evolution. There's a lot of like metalcore, you know, that's very, very popular. You know, of course, pop music, you know.
Yeah.
And I've thought about, you know, I've thought about writing that kind of music because, you know, I am capable of writing other stuff, you know. And I'm kind of maturing in that way, you know. I'm willing to explore a little bit more, but I just love metal, and this is the stuff that makes my blood flow, you know. That every time, you know, I'm having a bad day, you know, I put on some Judas Priest, Defenders of the Faith, or Painkiller, or you know, and it just makes everything better, you know. And I do it for the love of it. We both do it for the love of it. We love heavy metal, and we love, you know, we love to go to shows and have a good time. So, you know, we're having fun as it is now. We can't complain, you know. But you know, we would love to do this all the time if we can.
Like mine's like 24 hours a day. I'm talking to you, and I just get a phone call from the guitar player from Warlock. You know,
cool.
And he keeps on texting me. I can't talk. I got an interview to him doing.
No, man, your turn, bro.
I saw Warlock at House Heroes. It was awesome. That was a great show. Yeah, and he was amazing.
So when I'm done with you, I call him back. Finally, whatever he wants, he calls like all the time. You know,
nice.
It's cool. It's fun. You know, but not when I'm doing an interview. You know, so you know, well, congratulations, you guys. This is your master on High Roller Records. Comes out January 30th. Check out these guys. They got a couple videos out, and check out the album. Make sure to pick it up. Support the band. And congratulations on the new album. Would you like to say anything?
Thank you. I've been saying it all morning.
You can't see it with the
now thing. I can.
We have one thing we want to announce. We have a show February 28th.
I think it's the 28th.
It's in LA with Omen. We're right before Omen. Come out to that show. It's going to be awesome. It's through Maniac Productions. It's going to be great.
Pounding metal.
Cool. Any more? Maybe you're coming to the East Coast at all? Don't come now because we got snow.
Yeah, I mean, we're willing to go over there as long as you'll have us. You know,
cool.
We'll fly out there and we'll play. Just you know,
this year after you know, the album release has been a big staple like in our timeline. So after the album drops, let's pick up some traction, play some shows. So that's kind of like the beginning of a race for us. So then after this goes in January 30th, I believe. And after that show on the 28th of February, from there we plan to snowball and get more shows.
So if you want to book us, just hit us up. We can talk and we'll make it happen.
Cool. Thanks a lot, guy. Appreciate the chat.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.